Hi, today I'm reviewing the Kat Von D Everlasting Glimmer Veil in the color StarFlyer. And really quick, I just want to say I purchased all these products with my own money, so you know you can trust my opinion is what I honestly believe. And if you want to help support the channel, click on the Amazon link below before you make your purchase. So I've reviewed the Kat Von D Everlasting Glimmer Veil before in a different color, but now she's come out with a special color called StarFlyer, and it's actually what I'm wearing right now. And I initially didn't purchase it, and the more and more I saw swatches of it, I thought I needed to pick it up. So even though I'm not a huge fan of the original Glimmer Veil formula, I love the color. So although I do kind of think it makes my teeth look a little more yellow than they normally look. Anyway. So let me go through my criteria and I'll tell you what I think. The packaging gets a thumb up there. It's packaged nicely. No issues there. It's a little bit different than her normal traditional packaging, but she did a good job, and I really like the doe foot applicator. Number 2 is alcohol, and this does not include any alcohols to be super concerned about. And then the third criteria is fragrance, and this doesn't have any taste to it at all, so there's really no issues there or any scent to it. Fourth is the manufacturing location, and this is manufactured in Italy, which was interesting. I thought a lot of our other products were manufactured here, but anyway, Italy seems to do quite a bit of makeup manufacturing, so no issues there. Fifth is the ease of use, and it's pretty easy to use. The doe foot applicator makes applying it easy. The one thing I will say about it is you want to build this up, because the first swipe, especially on your lips, doesn't give you a ton of pigment, but it dries quickly. And once you apply a few layers to it, you'll get a little bit more pigmentation. It dries down pretty quickly. And so ease of use, I give it a thumb up. Pigmentation, I give it a thumb down, only because you have to build it up so much. And my other issues with the pigmentation were the fact that it fades unevenly, very unevenly, and it looks kind of funny. My husband said, "Why do you have blue stuff all over half of your mouth?" So it does not fade very evenly, and it tends to fade quickly as well, and it transfers more than most of our other lip products do, so I'm not sure why, but I just putting it out there, I'm not a huge fan of the original Glimmer Veil anyway, so I shouldn't have purchased this, but I love the color. Although I just don't think it's very flattering on me, but on other people, it looks great, especially those with deeper skin tones. They look amazing in it. I just can't pull it off, unfortunately. So anyway, but I find it fades very unevenly and very chunky, and this formula for some reason leaves my lips feeling dry, and most of our other formulas don't do that. It's just this one product, so I probably shouldn't have purchased this, but anyway. So on to animal testing. I love that Kat Von D is committed to being cruelty-free. Love that. Give that a thumbs up. I know that's one brand that I can probably almost completely rely on to be cruelty-free. I don't think she'd allow her name on anything that's not. So love that. Performance, I gave this a thumb up for performance. It applies easily. It stays on for the most part. If you apply this and just anticipate after the first couple hours, you're either going to have to reapply or take it off. But the first couple hours you're wearing it, it's pretty solid. So I had to give it a thumb up for that. But just rely on either the fact that you're going to have to either reapply it or take it off after a couple hours. So anyway, so on to the price. It is $22. So I gave it a thumb up there because it's not outrageously expensive. Some lipsticks nowadays are $40, and I've even seen some at Sephora that are $70 or more, so it's not too crazy. And then in terms of the it factor, I gave it a thumb up there for the it factor. Got me to buy it. I love things that are kind of this shade. It's very fun. Even though I wasn't ever going to purchase this, I had to. So it had some it factor there, so anyway, overall, this got a 9 out of 10 on the Sarah score, which is very good. So if you have some of the original Glimmer Veils and are a fan of that formula and you like this color, definitely pick it up. If you aren't so much a huge fan of the Glimmer Veil formula and you've tried it before and didn't like it, you're probably not going to like this any more than those. But overall, most people seem to like it, and, you know, it definitely has its perks about it, and I love that color. It's very fun. So, and it got me to buy it and wear it. So anyway, there we go. So anyway, I'm interested if you guys have had a chance to check this out yet or not. Have you tried any of the Glimmer Veils before, and how do you like those? And have you picked this color up, and how do you like that? So leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. I come up with at least one new review every day. And check out nobsbeauty.net. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, this is Sarah from No BS Beauty, and I'm proud to offer you one of my first products. And it is a stainless steel makeup palette. And I've been using ones like these for quite a while, and it makes it a lot easier to mix kind of custom foundation shades, custom serums, custom lip colors. You need something like this in your makeup routine to make things a lot easier. And all the profits from it will go to help the channel, which I'm independent and I purchase all the products with my own money. So definitely all of the profits will go so I can continue to bring you good reviews. But, you know, things I like to use are retinol. Retinol is definitely a good thing to use, but sometimes some of them can be a little too strong. So sometimes I like to mix them with other serums. So I'll use this to kind of custom make my retinol at night. So it's a little bit less irritating when you mix it in with something else. Or another thing you can do is mix in a vitamin C. Some of these can be a little oily or greasy, so sometimes it's nice to be able to mix it in with another serum. So I like to use the Clinique one, and I'll mix this in just a little bit because otherwise sometimes it can be a little too oily. And I'll mix it in, and in the morning I'll apply it all over my face before sunscreen. And another good vitamin C serum I like is the Dermadoctor one, but sometimes using the dropper with that can be a little messy, so sometimes I just like to mix just a little bit in with another serum. I love the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Serum, definitely a holy grail of mine. And I like to mix that in with it as well. Or sometimes before I go to bed, if I've got something else going on the next day, I like to mix in a little bit of tanner, self-tanner, but sometimes if you use it alone, it can get a little too orange or a little too dark. So sometimes mixing that in with another serum makes it definitely a lot better and a lot more moisturizing for your skin as well. So definitely something you can use in your serums or your kind of custom make your own skincare routine by using that and mixing up all these products. So definitely something worth considering there. And I also like to use it to mix in some of my custom foundations. So let me show you that too. Another thing I've been using this palette for is mixing and kind of customizing my own foundation. You can almost create a specific color if you have certain foundations that don't mesh well with your skin tone or even your skin texture. You can almost create your own custom foundation. One foundation I love is the Bare Minerals Bare Pro. However, sometimes I can find it to be a little too drying and almost kind of giving you more of a matte finish. So sometimes I'll mix in a little bit of the Josie Mara and Argan Moonstone drops with it and then use it. And it kind of helps kind of lessen the color and kind of give it a little bit more of a glowy look. Another thing I like to use is mixing in sometimes with oil with a foundation, and sometimes that gives you more of a dewy look. So sometimes I'll mix that in with the Dr. Jart, and it helps give you a little bit more of a glow to it. So sometimes mix in just a little bit in, and you definitely want to be careful with what you're mixing just to make sure that the ingredients are compatible, because certain types of foundations don't work well with certain types of other ingredients, but something to consider definitely. But you can almost create your own custom look. I love this, but sometimes I feel like I need a little bit of a glow to it, so I'll mix in some of my NYX Born to Glow Illuminator with it. So you can definitely do that. Also, Cover FX makes a great, they're custom cover drops, but you can use these to alter the color of any foundation. So this is great to mix that with. Just give it a couple drops there. and then mix that in with another foundation to make it either lighter or darker. The ordinary serum foundation is great, but I found it difficult to get the exact color, so sometimes mixing the other colors works well. Cover FX also has these new glitter drops, so sometimes it's nice to be able to use this to mix in with either a foundation or just to put it on this, and then you can use a brush to either dip it in and apply it as eyeshadow, or dip it in and apply it onto lips as kind of a lipstick cover. So there's definitely some great options, and definitely love some of Cover FX's custom enhancer drops, but you can use this to mix it in with almost any different type of foundation and add a little bit of color here and there. But definitely using this, and if you use a sponge or a beauty blender, you can get that damp and then just use this to dip it in and apply it. It makes it a heck of a lot easier than trying to do it in your hand, or I don't know where else you would even, maybe the lid of another product, but this definitely makes all of that a heck of a lot easier. So it's definitely something worth picking up. And all of the profits from the sales of this palette will go to support my independent reviews. I purchase all the products myself just so I can give you an honest opinion as opposed to somebody that gets the products for free to review. I personally like to purchase them so I can give you my completely objective review without having to feel like I owe a company anything because they gave me something free. So all the profits will go to help support those reviews.